So we talked a little bit about Vajrakila and how he is sort of the generic Nyingma Heruka deity with 3 faces, 6 arms, wrathful in appearance. We also mentioned that he was sort of really kind of a bridge between the Nyingma, the ancient school, and the Sarma, the new schools of Buddhism in Tibet. Now, there's 3 basic subjects that need to be looked at. The early Nyingma Sakya traditions, the revealed treasure, the later Nyingma traditions, and then the Bön religion, Purba Drugse Chempa. These are the 3 main topics that one would really seriously want to look at in a study of Vajrakila. Now, there's very little difference in appearance between the early Sakya tradition. Now, we talk about the early Sakya tradition because it's important, because it is really the Sakyas who have maintained what's called the Kama tradition, the oral tradition from the time of Padmasambhava up to the present. And they've maintained it as one of the, in the Kun family, one of the students, one of the sons was a minister in the court of Trisung Detsun. Then his son became one of the first 7 monks in Tibet, and then became a practitioner of Vajrakila, and then it was passed down in the Kun family. Then the Kun family also took on the name in the 11th century Sakya, and that's just a geographic location. That's where a hermitage was built, and that hermitage has turned into a major tantric and Buddhist site and monastery that continues and flourishes up to the present day. Now, you cannot really tell a difference between the early Kama Vajrakila and then the later Terma traditions, except sometimes in what is called the Tantra tradition of Nyingma, which is parallel to the Kama. It's either parallel or it's identical. The 2 hands are not held at the heart holding the peg, but rather they are splayed to the side, and the right hand holds the kila, the peg, and the left hand is extended just outward. So that's a possible difference that we do find, but so far we really only find it in initiation cards. We don't find it in actual scrollwork paintings or murals, to my knowledge. Now, the revealed treasure traditions, they have many different we're going to say forms of Vajrakila, but these forms, what it is the differences in the mandala. So what we do have later on to distinguish the different types of Vajrakila in art is by the context and the retinue deities that surround the central Vajrakila figure. And then we find differences which we can track textually to identify which revealed treasure Nyingma tradition it's coming from, or whether or not it's more related to the Kun tradition, the actual Kama oral tradition coming down from Padmasambhava. Now, in art, we also have a revealed treasure form that has 9 faces, 18 arms, and 4 legs. This appears relatively recent because the only art we have for this appears in the late 19th century. So we have to assume it's a late treasure tradition, or it's an early treasure tradition that is revived by Jamgon Kongtrul and Khyentse Wangpo in the late 19th century. Now, Vajrakila belongs to a set of Nyingma deities called the Kagye, the 8 pronouncement deities, and these 8 deities are divided up primarily by body, speech, mind, qualities, and activities, plus 3 other types of activities after that. And Vajrakila represents the activity aspect of enlightenment, and that's what he personifies. That is his metaphor for practice, is activity.